There was a time when life felt softer, when love was simple and promises weren't just words, they were felt. That was the time of Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert. Their story didn't start with fireworks or dramatic confessions. There were no long speeches, no over-the-top gestures. It began quietly in the right place at the right moment, where two souls found something rare, each other. Minda was gentle. She preferred calm over chaos, soft music over loud rooms, a small world that felt warm and safe. Blake, in contrast, lived loudly. Confident, charming, impossible to ignore. He could make any room look at him without trying. She lived inside her heart. He lived outside in the world. Yet somehow, the universe tied these two opposites together, showing what balance and real love could look like. At first, they complemented each other perfectly. She calmed him. He made her feel seen. Their love didn't require fancy dates or expensive gestures. Sometimes a long drive with a shared coffee cup and late-night talks about dreams was enough. People around them would watch and say, "That's love. That's real." And for a while it truly was, but love, no matter how beautiful, isn't immune to change. Blake's career started to soar. He met new people, attended glamorous events, traveled constantly and mingled in new circles. With that came attention, influence, and subtle temptations. Minda didn't feel insecure. She simply noticed changes. Replies became slower, explanations shorter, moods sharper. His phone stayed on silent more often. He wasn't cruel or harsh, but he was elsewhere. Sometimes, the heart drifts long before the person does, and that is when love begins to fracture quietly. The first crack appeared without a single argument. It wasn't loud or dramatic. One night, Minda saw a photo online. Blake at an event, smiling and laughing with a group of people. One girl kept appearing beside him, blonde, confident, unbothered, with a warm smile. She wasn't too close, not too far, but enough to feel like she belonged. And the comments under the photo didn't help. Who is she? They look cute together. Where's Miranda? Minda didn't cry. She didn't question him. The truth wasn't in the image. It was in what she felt in her heart. The love she knew wasn't shining the same way anymore. That quiet pain, the kind that leaves your chest heavy but your eyes dry, is the worst kind of heartbreak. Breakups don't always end with shouting or slammed doors. Sometimes they end with silence. That night Blake came home late. Minda sat across from him. She spoke one sentence. "If you love her now, you don't have to lie. Just tell me." And in that quiet silence answered louder than words ever could. They didn't fight. They didn't yell. Both went to bed that night on opposite sides of the room, hearts breaking in the space between them. The world, of course, noticed. Rumors spread online. Tweets, speculations, side-taking. Some blamed Blake, others called Minda dramatic. But no one could feel what she felt. Minda didn't defend herself. She disappeared quietly, focusing on her own healing. Blake moved on, first slowly, then openly, and eventually publicly, with the blonde girl from the photos. And here's where the story truly caught the internet's attention. People began choosing sides, commenting, comparing. But when Minda finally shared her response, it was nothing anyone expected, and it broke the internet. She posted a single picture, the sky just before sunset, soft orange fading into purple. Her caption, 2 words, "I'm learning." No anger, no blame, no dramatic breakdown. But those words resonated deeper than paragraphs ever could. Millions felt the quiet strength in her statement. It spoke of heartbreak, survival, and growth. People empathized, because everyone has felt the pain of loving someone who no longer loves you back. Her post exploded. 200,000 likes, endless comments, viral edits, and heartfelt messages from strangers who didn't even know her personally. And she didn't respond. She didn't argue. She just stayed silent, letting her grace speak louder than any words could. Meanwhile, Blake seemed detached from it all. He posted a gym mirror selfie with the caption, "Focus on yourself." Cold, careless, distant. It was the same man she once loved, now feeling like a stranger. Comments turned dark, filled with disappointment. "You really moved on like nothing happened," one said. "One day you'll understand what you threw away." Sometimes strangers speak truths more sharply than loved ones ever could. The new girl finally spoke, posting a story. "I'm not the villain, just those words." The internet paused. Implication carried weight. If someone feels the need to clarify they're not the villain, it suggests they know the story is messy. Speculation grew. When did this relationship start? Were feelings real? Was the breakup as peaceful as Blake suggested? Questions flooded social media, and the narrative became messy, complex, irresistible to the online world. Edit videos and TikToks exploded. Minda smiling, Blake with the new girl, emotional music, heartbreaking captions. People shared their own heartbreak stories, stitched her silent post into edits, wrote heartfelt paragraphs. And Minda remained silent. She didn't clap back. She didn't repost. She didn't defend herself. She simply endured the pain gracefully. And that grace, her quiet suffering, made her story viral. Her silence became the loudest sound on the internet, teaching everyone that suffering with dignity commands more attention than drama ever could. Eventually, the truth had to surface. Blake couldn't run anymore. Minda saw the messages, voice notes, and the reality of his emotional betrayal. But she didn't yell. She didn't break anything. Calmly, she asked the one question that mattered. "Tell me the truth from your own mouth." Blake tried to deflect. "Just talking," he said. But silence again spoke louder. Minda's eyes were glassy yet tearless. She knew he had already emotionally left her. He wanted forgiveness, but love doesn't always allow it to be simple. She stepped to the window, breathed, and spoke words that ended everything. "I forgive you, but I can't stay." She didn't pack much, just her phone, keys and a single photograph, a memory of the day they promised never to hurt each other. Some memories, she realized, are better left where they began. And with that, she walked out, leaving Blake to face the weight of what he had lost. Love sometimes begins quietly, blossoms beautifully, and ends in silence. But that silence carries the loudest lessons about heartbreak, grace, and the strength it takes to walk away. Minda's story reminds us that the most powerful love isn't always the one that lasts. It's the one that leaves you with dignity, even in pain. And for those who watch, it leaves a truth too often forgotten. Sometimes the loudest statements come from the quietest hearts.